It's time for Cox and Crendor.
Cox and Crendor in the morning.
In the morning. Broadcasting live. Before our recording studio. Recording. Wake your ass up. It's up next Crendor in the morning. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Cox and Crendor in the morning.
Hello, I'm drinking a vanilla Coke.
A vanilla Coke?
Mm-hmm.
Is it a canned vanilla Coke, or did you go to, like, ye old soda shoppy?
I went to ye old CVS and got a vanilla Coke there in the bottle.
But was there an old man behind the counter in, like, a white outfit? And he was like, welcome, boy. Can I interest you in a soda? And you were like, sure thing, mister. That would be delicious.
Sure would love a soda.
A soda. And he was like, all right. They've just added new vanilla flavor to Coke. You'll love it. And he squirts some vanilla in. By the way, if you live in the Midwest, that's actually a thing that exists. They still do that there. They still do that there, and I feel like everyone should have that. Like Coke,
like a
but then
soda shop?
Yeah. And they make ice cream there? Dude.
Well,
live in the middle of nowhere, and that stuff happens all the time.
Like, I'm in the Midwest, but it's like the focal point of the Midwest. Where, like...
Yeah, you're in, like, a city, though. You're in a big city. This is different.
So you gotta go to, like, Cornland.
Youngstown, Ohio. Go there. Go to Youngstown, Ohio. I'm sure they have it.
It's always young there. Never gets old.
Go there. It has been a while since we've done one of these, but we're back because we have an announcement starting right now, this very minute.
Right now.
The
polls are open.
Live.
The Patreon's live.
Patreon's live. Donate away. I will be headed off for 2 weeks on traveling, but the minute I get back, we will start doing this hardcore full time. So
we're gonna be collecting your money in that time.
Yeah, we'll be taking
all
your money, and based on how much we get, that's how good those podcasts will be.
Yep.
If we get a lot, they'll be great. But if no one cares, you guys are gonna get like the Cox and Crendor book report show
where it's like, what do you read out of your local newspaper today in the gardening section?
Did you know that there are 9 ways you can get your turnips to turn out terrific?
I only heard about Vidalia Onions. I didn't hear about turnips.
Those are good though. Those are good though. Oh my God, this is what our show would be.
People still listen.
I love Vidalia Onions. They're so delicious. You could make a great salad dressing with them.
What I like to do when I grow the Vidalia Onions is get a nice firm soil down, and I like to use ice springs water fresh from the ice springs in Colorado.
The only kind of manure I use when I fertilize my garden is man manure. I like to collect my poos and just pat them down.
It's very organic.
Where it comes from. You know where that poo comes from. It doesn't come from cows that have been genetically modified. That's man poo.
If you're gonna grow something, you
grow
better
with your own poop.
you better grow it with your own feces. That's what I always say.
Okay, so welcome back, everybody. What have you been up to, sir? Since our last get together.
It's been like a month, I think. I mean, I had my birthday. It's all right.
Now you're older.
Oh, that reminds me. Okay, so the idiot abroad. I don't know if we ever talked about it on the podcast, but there's Karl Pilkington. He's my hero now.
Best.
He's like me in 20 years. And
no, he's you now.
He's me. He is me now.
You're my Karl Pilkington.
I am. So I relate to him so much. Like, he's talking about birthdays. And I thought about my birthday, and he's like, I just wanted to be at home and eat a bowl of chili. And he's like, everyone's like, let's go out, let's have fun, let's do all this. And he's like, no, you guys go out. I'm going to stay at home and eat my chili, and you guys can celebrate my birth, without me. And they're like, that's stupid. And he's like, well, we do it for Jesus. Why can't you do it for me?
I agree.
I agree, too.
Don't like going out to celebrate my birthday. I always feel weird. I always feel like people feel obligated to come celebrate my birthday. Yeah. I don't care. I don't care that much. You know what you can get me? Some quiet time.
Yeah.
A day off is what you can get me.
I hate when you go somewhere and they're like, it's your birthday, and they come up and they're like, happy birthday. Here we go. It's time to celebrate your birthday. Whoa. It's
Here's the thing. I enjoy that when it's not my birthday. The other day, some friends and I went out to Buffalo Wild Wings, and a woman came over. By the way, this makes no sense. A woman came over in like a Buffalo Wild Wings jersey, and she's like, "Hey, I'm Tina. I'm your party coordinator." And we were like, what? She was like, "I'm here to make sure everyone in your party's having a great time." I think because we had 8 or more people.
You get a party coordinator?
And so a person came over and was like, "Just here to make sure." She's like, "Can I get you guys samples of drinks?" And I was like, "Whoa, you guys have samples of drinks?" And so we made them make us all a sample of their like alcoholic Mountain Dew drink, whatever that was. It was the worst. Anyway, so she's like, "Hey guys, I just want to make sure everything is okay." And I was like, "Can I get a birthday cake?" She was like, "Is it your birthday?" And I was like, "No, but I really like one." She's like, "I can't give." I was like, "What'd be the difference? If I didn't admit to it, you still would have given me one. Can we just get a birthday cake? You're a party coordinator. We're obviously having a party." And she's like, "I don't think I can do that." I'm like, "Well," that's how I got the free drinks, by the way. Is I was like, "Well, is there something you can give us?" And she's like, "I can give you samples." And so they gave us all like samples of drinks all night long. But I was like, come on.
Yeah.
You're my party coordinator. Coordinate some parties.
Even some ice cream. It's a little thing of ice cream.
Oh, that'd be great. I don't think they have ice cream there, but it'd be great if she went out and bought little ice cream cups for us. Yeah. That woman would have got a tip. I was unaware B-Dubs had party coordinators. By the way, for non-Americans, Buffalo Wild Wings is the best.
It is the best. I remember we had a party coordinator and it was only 2 of us. But they were like, they didn't really care about us that much.
Were you so rowdy that you were just like,
This is our own party.
Oh, there was a table outside. There was a table outside where 2 guys were doing the like super hot wing challenge.
Yeah. And
over the loudspeaker, this girl comes on like,
"Hey there, it's time for the Buffalo Challenge. We got Philippine and Timmy.
And everyone's like, what is happening? And then she's like, "Are you really the gay Philip?" And he's like, "Yeah." And he's like, "I guess so." She's like, "Okay, let's get ready, Buffalo Wild Wings." And it's so loud that it's so loud it's muffled and staticky.
It
and
sounds
she's
like
so
The Sims.
She's so excited. She's like, and we're just like, what is happening? All the music has stopped. All the TVs now focus on 2 idiots eating Wild Wings outside, and we're just like, this is the stupidest thing.
Here's the thing, too. I've tried their spiciest wings. They're not that hot.
They're not that hot. Yeah,
they're not that hot at all.
And the challenge was like, you have 3 minutes to eat 6 buffalo wings without taking a drink. If anything, that makes it easy because all you do is eat 3 wings or 6 wings really quick in 3 minutes and then take a drink.
Yeah.
That's not a challenge. That's like, you're gonna give me 6 free wings?
I feel like that's why they do it. They just want to like create some publicity so you keep coming back after that. Maybe it's like you can only do it once.
I guess.
I'd be the worst at that. I'd be like, here we go. We're going to eat the wings. And this guy, he did it. Get a shirt.
I don't know. Buffalo Wild Wings, I love you, but that was the worst experience. It was like, what is happening right now? No one can hear you. What are you saying? That poor girl was so excited.
Why is she so excited? Here's the thing. I've never gotten that excited over like anything. That's just, maybe it's like a disease I have.
You do have diseases. But you do have diseases.
Like even people get gifts, they're like, "Oh my god, it's so great." I'm just like, thanks. Everyone's like, "Do you like it?" I'm like, "Yeah, I like it." Like I can't bring that sort of excitement for it. The only time I get that excited is over things you wouldn't get excited about. Like sometimes I'll go to Office Max and it smells really good there. And I'm like, wow, this smells so good here. And I love it. It's amazing. Like I tweeted about this too. Like Menards. I went to Menards to get some home supply. It smelled really good. I was like, this is
Menards. That's the worst named.
It's like Home Depot.
Welcome to Menards.
Maybe it's a Chicago place, but it's like Home Depot, and they're just like, save big money at Menards. It's been around for like 20 years. And so I like it. It smells good there. I like smells. Like a lot of people like bakery smells. I don't like bakery smells either. I like
Home Depot smells.
I like office smells. I like Home Depot smells. And IKEA. Gotta love IKEA. I tweeted the other day, I was like, if you offered me a round the world trip, all paid, versus like go to IKEA and pick out whatever you want, I would take IKEA. Like, I wouldn't have to think about it. I'd just
You
be
are
like,
the stupidest human being.
I'd just be like, give me the IKEA. I'm going right now.
I just like the way it smells. Yep.
I'm just saying.
I like that you had to take a drink after that. Like, I feel good about the choices I've made in my life. Drink.
I do. So it's like, I started realizing, like, people go around the world and they see stuff. They're like, wow, this is like life-changing. And that's what I related to with Karl. I was like, I agree with him. It's okay. Like, if I went to the Great Wall of China, I'd be like, I would have rather went to IKEA.
You guys, every time a big convention comes up or something happens, you guys are always like, is Crendor going to be here? Where's Crendor? I was just at Comic-Con, and a few people were like, is Crendor here? And I was like, no, he would never come to this. He would take one look at how many people were here and how, like, it took 12 hours to do anything and be like, not for me, and head home immediately.
I would. The one place I would really like to go is Japan, though. Because, I mean, if you go to Japan, you know you're getting your money's worth, and you're going to see a lot of crazy things.
I would love to go to Japan with you. I'm not even going to lie. I feel like the two of us, I would take you around to every single conceivable crazy Japan place.
It's like, yeah. Like, some
I
people
would be
are
like,
oh, I want
I'd
to
be
go
like,
to...
do you want to go see the place where the cat cafe? And we walk in and be like, this is definitely a thing. And then we walk out. And then we'd be like, you want to go to the place where the girls rub bubbles on you? I'd be like, yep, let's go. We walk in, we get bubbles on us, and we walk out. I'm telling you, we'd have a good time. We'd have
Just
a good
film
time.
it all.
Film it all.
So that's what I mean. Like, you know you're going to have your money well spent there, and you're going to have entertainment and a fun time and see a bunch of crazy people doing crazy things. You go to somewhere like France, they're like, oh, we get to see the Eiffel Tower. Like, oh, it's a big tower someone made. Like, who cares? You know? Like, what do you get? You're going to stand there and look at it. Like, oh, you could go up it. It's like, I can go up a building in downtown Chicago, too, and it's just as view. It's probably even a better view. I don't want to look at France. There's just a bunch of people looking back up at you at the tower. Like, look at that idiot. He went up to the top. That's what I was thought. People say France is dirty too.
Just a bunch of people looking back up at you.
Yeah. It's like, at least here nobody cares. Like, oh, they're working in their shitty office job. They don't care.
Oh my god. Speaking of shitty office job, I feel like we should do a traffic report for those who are headed off to one right now.
Oh yeah.
That's why we're going to Chapter Conversation in the Sky with Crendor. Crendor, how's that traffic out there?
Traffic today's pretty great. It's going a little smooth. Everybody's heading to the big festival down here. The music festival. It's going to be great. We got some big bands playing, so if you want to get somewhere, get there before 7 o'clock. Traffic's going to start picking up. I see there's also a naked man running down the street. Everybody's cheering him on. Normally they'd be arresting him, but he's going to the music festival, so he's going to have himself a good time. It's all legal then. Back to you.
I'd like to imagine that you were talking about big bands like the 1920s. And then there's just a naked man who's like, I love big band music!
It's like at a rave. He's just like, whoa, big bands.
I love you, yes I do. We're going to go down to the Times Square Dance Hall.
That needs to make a
then we'll
comeback.
clown around. And the guys just raving in the front row like, yeah!
What if that was a thing, like the big band show? Just everybody went to that? That seems like something that's right around the corner.
That was
for the
kind of like
hipsters.
in the 90s when they had the revival of swing.
Oh, yeah.
And everyone was like, I'm into swing now.
Well, like, what's that other genre that's like ska?
Ska, yeah, but ska's so angry. So there's no happiness there. There's no raves there.
That's why they play a lot of trumpets. So it's like, you know.
Yep. I can't even. Okay, well, what's happening in the weather right now?
There's a lot of global warming, especially if you go to Globear. No, wait, not Globear.
Did you just try to make up the name of a city?
I just typed in Globa into Weather Channel.
So you
We
said
can go
yourself,
to-
I bet there's a Globear somewhere.
Yeah, there is. In Kosovo.
Where the hell's that?
I don't know.
You mean Kosovo?
And then there's Globarica in Bosnia.
That works.
Globaria.
If you're in Bosnia right now, what's the weather?
It's 63 degrees Fahrenheit, light rain. It's going to be some thunderstorms tonight. 80% chance. That's a pretty big chance.
Wow.
And if we look at the hourly, we're going to see that it's raining all day. It's not going to stop. And if we look at the 10-day,
it's raining for 10 days. Sorry,
good.
Bosnia. You better learn to swim.
it's actually raining for 8 days. But you should probably learn to swim anyway, because I mean, that one day of sun, you can go swimming.
All right, what's going on in the world of sports?
Oh, in sports, we got NFL training camps opening up, MLB trade deadline happening, basketball.
That's it.
I don't think we talked about LeBron. LeBron went back to Cleveland.
LeBron, here's the thing.
Yeah.
I don't understand the responses to this. When LeBron left Cleveland, it was the end of the world. Now that he's back, everyone's like, it's like he went off to college. It's all good. He came back. He realized where he was from. It's all good. Like, Cleveland, he ditched you. He ditched
Yeah,
you.
but
This is like if you were dated a girl and then she was like, I'm going to go off and bang all these other guys, but I'll be back one day. And then came back and was like, so are we good? No.
Well, listen.
No.
If he was an average basketball player, they wouldn't care. But they know he's going to like win them a championship possibly, so they like him a lot more.
So Cleveland, you're a bunch of whores is what I'm saying.
That's what you're saying. They are.
Basically, you want a championship so bad you're willing to sell out your beliefs and morals.
The only things they have now are LeBron James, and then they drafted Johnny Manziel, who like just snorts cocaine in bathrooms.
Well, look, if you were in Cleveland, you'd do that too.
That's true. I mean, there's never anyone that's just like, oh man, I get to go to the Cleveland Browns. That's sports, really.
I have an article that may trump all other articles. Woman who crawled naked through doggy door tells her side of the story.
I love to hear her side.
This is a follow-up article, which I think is incredible. I didn't even know this was a thing. So it starts, remember the woman who broke into a stranger's house through the doggy door, and when she was found sitting naked in the bathtub said that she was looking for a phone to use? Well, she's back.
Okay. Can you imagine? You're sitting at home right now. You know, you're listening to this podcast. You're doing the podcast. And it's just, you look at your doggy door and some naked woman just crawls through. Now, there's the question. What is she acting like a dog? Is she, normal? Like, she walked through and like, oh, hello? Or she just like, rah, rah, rah. It's like run to the bathtub.
She went to the bathtub, she was naked, and then she wanted a phone to use. I don't know the specifics.
Okay.
But we're about to find out, apparently. So,
okay.
She's back, and she's here to talk about what preceded her famous arrest, as well as the fallout from becoming a weird news celebrity. First, the recap. Sarah Elizabeth Soto, 25, was arrested in Weatherford, Texas on April 22nd, 2013. A homeowner said that he found his doggy door damaged after 1 a.m. and that Soto was sitting unclothed in his tub, according to the TV station. Mm-hmm. An officer found Soto's black dress on a resident's porch and allowed her to put it back on before booking her on trespassing and criminal mischiefs, according to the Weatherford Democrat. That is only a fraction of the night.
Uh-huh.
Soto, Soto, a self-professed pothead who raps.
What? She raps.
Soto, a self-professed pothead who raps under the name Sarah Tokalot, spoke that length. This is the best article. Spoke at length to the MTV News network. Then they have a picture of her, and it says, Sarah likes to rap and smoke weed.
No shit.
Oh, God. She actually sent a message out of the blue, and we wondered, wow, what's her life like now? Does she still get recognized? Can she find a job with thousands of Google results on her? We asked if she wanted to share her side of the story, and could have never anticipated how different it would have been from the original reported a year ago. Mm-hmm. Prepare yourself. Here are the highlights from the MTV interview. Yes. Even if she hadn't been hauled to jail, Soto would never have forgotten that night because she had just been informed she was adopted.
Okay.
So, I guess she... you know what? I'm just going to continue the highlights.
Hold
I'm
on.
not,
This
I'm
is
not
an
gonna
MTV report?
interview. Someone's interviewing her, yes.
Okay.
I guess because MTV, they like rappers and pots, so I don't know.
And
I haven't watched MTV in, I think, 20 years.
if I was the producer at MTV, I would get this girl a reality show ASAP, at least for like 4 episodes. Then you can cancel it and be like, whatever.
Reeling from the revelation about her birth, she went out for a drive and crashed her Nissan into a ditch 60 miles from home. I like how I had a Freudian slip and said crash her Nissan into a dick.
Yep, right into the dick.
Right into a dick. MTV confirmed with the Weatherford police that she did in fact crash her car that night. Soto claims that the police refused to let her call for a ride home, and so she went out penniless into the wee hours of the night in search of a phone. A Weatherford police official said he would punish anyone on the force if Soto's allegations were true. She knocked on several doors asking for help, but no one answered. So this is where Soto decided to disrobe and break in.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, Soto is adamant she didn't wiggle through the entrance to the door. She just reached inside. That's impossible.
She reached inside?
She's saying she reached inside the doggy door with her hand and used it to open the door. Impossible.
Yet it was
impossible.
Like broken.
Yes, impossible. Girl wiggled through that door. You cannot reach up with your hand to grab the door handle. That's why doggy doors are so low and in the middle. That's impossible. Girl,
yeah, you're right.
You done wiggled through. Girl, you done wiggled through like a dog.
Could be her new rap song. Yo, I'm wiggling through the doggy door.
Taking her clothes off made perfect sense to Toto. To Toto the dog. Made perfect sense to Soto because her nudity would convince whomever she might encounter that she wasn't carrying a weapon and that, in fact, she was in need of help.
That'd be my first thought.
Only
like,
a stoner.
There's a naked person in my house. They're not carrying a weapon, so that's good.
They must be totally safe. This naked person I don't know in my house must be totally safe.
Yeah.
Only a pothead could come up with that logic. Like, well, they're going to think I'm hiding something, so if I just get nude. Of course.
Right on.
Soto wound up in the tub because she heard someone in the house and wanted to hide.
Uh-huh.
In the bathtub.
So, instead of hearing someone and being like, hey, I'm going to do something logical, like go back to the door and be like, I don't know, you could try to crawl back out the door and then knock on the door. That'd probably be a more logical thing to do, but instead be like, I'm naked, so I'll go in the bathtub.
Number one complaint, girl didn't get back her panties. She crawled through a doggy door complete. Hey, here's a question. Why didn't she leave her panties on going through the doggy door?
I don't. That's a good
question. Couldn't she have left a bra and panties on and still been okay?
I think she would have.
I feel like this girl doesn't ever wear bras. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say this is the kind of girl who just lets them go free. Lets the puppies free. No leash on those bad boys.
She likes freestyle.
She freestyles it. I'm gonna question whether she even had panties on. I'm gonna say she had no panties on and she's just a crazy person.
I would say that too. I mean, she crawled through a doggy door and then sat in a bathtub naked in some random person's house. I mean, would you trust stories from Sarah Tokes a lot?
That is her rap name. Sarah Toke a lot.
What an amazing story. There has to be like more on her.
I'm looking up now. Her phone died. Oh, that's why she claims police wouldn't let her call home, which makes no sense. That's not true.
Yeah. What police
Tried
officer
knocking for
would be
help.
Like, no, you can't call home.
I started to go into people's backyards. I've never broken into a house before. I have music in my head. I have Led Zeppelin going on. I'm in ninja mode. I decide I'll grab a cell phone, call my mom, and leave. I'll meet her at an intersection. I'm going by windows in people's backyards, and I'm nervous. I see this doggy door. What went through my mind subconsciously was like, if I take off my dress at the doggy door, I can't get blamed for stealing because they don't have anything on me.
What?
2, the shock factor. If somebody's in there, they're going to ask if I'm okay or not. So I take off my dress and panties at the doggy door so they won't shoot me. So they're not scared of me stealing it or trying to kill anybody. Then she says, I allegedly went through the doggy door. I didn't go through it, though. Everybody's wrong. I put my hand through the doggy door and unlocked the door and walked in. The normal way.
The normal way.
Yes.
The normal way. Oh
Jumping into the bathtub wasn't part of her plan. I didn't see a phone and the alarm sounded, and I was like, oh, shit. I was already in the house. I saw one door. It was to the bathroom, so I just jumped in there. The husband of the family that lived in the house was like, it must have been an animal, so he like went inside to see what it was. I guess I did have a smile on my face, like they said in the articles. It was just one of those faces like, hello.
Hello.
And then the husband goes, honey, there's a naked girl in the bathroom. And the wife goes, call the cops. I like how if there wasn't the wife there, the guy would have been totally okay with the whole situation. Let's be clear. The guy would have been like, well, hello.
You want to use my phone? I got a phone for you.
Everyone on the internet was like, oh, she's the other woman. The wife found out about it and said she was an intruder. He was an honest man. He wasn't cheating on his wife. He just was making sure there wasn't anything wrong. The alarm sounded. He was scoping out the house. He's a good guy. I could have been a psycho, homicidal, crazy bitch, but I was just trying to find a phone.
Yeah. Yep.
The more I read into this girl, the more I want to know her. Oh, my God.
I feel like she's one of those people who was on Maury.
I'm sorry to the people that live there, but I'm glad it was them, not some drunk a-hole or a psycho serial killer.
Yeah. I mean, that would have changed everything.
A cop, when he picked her up, asked her to bust a rhyme. You want to bust a rhyme for me, he said? And then I freestyled in the back of the cop car as they drove me to the prison.
Oh my God, is there a thing of her freestyling?
No, straight up, I'm not a drunk, I'm a pothead. My bong, my badass beaker bong. I had not smoked anything. I'm tired of this life. I want something new. The cop was like, smoke anything tonight? Any bath salts? He's like, no, I'm sober. I'm more sober than I've ever been in a long time. He asked me if I smoked bath salts. I was like, I've only been high on pot. I haven't gotten any crazy situations where I smoke bath salts. And he said, well, smoking bath salts is the thing what people do when they allegedly go through doggy doors. Oh, my God.
I think the lesson we learned from this story is don't have a doggy door.
Wow. So they wondered if it's made her unemployable. And she says, I've not applied for any jobs.
Of course not.
But she's focusing on her hip-hop career.
Like
I'm
she's
happy
on the
about
right
it.
path.
I'm already working on my music. I didn't even mean to do all this. It's like a publicity stunt or something, but I didn't do it for that. I'm just wild and free. And that's what America's supposed to be about, right? Fuck you! I'm done. I'm done.
That's exactly my thoughts. That's what America's all about.
This is the perfect example of America.
Yep. It's wild and free.
Well, I feel like that's our news. There's
I
no other
think-
news story. There's no other news stories worth our time right now.
There's
Not
really
one.
not.
Not one. That's it. Guys,
That's it.
guys, go to the Patreon. Support us, and we will support you with amazing content.
You support us, we support you. It's a nice transaction.
I'm not going to say it'll be good amazing, but it could also be amazingly bad.
Could be. You know, this is wild and free. It's all up to
Oh,
you.
it's a video. I missed an article where apparently a woman had sex with her husband every night for 30 whole days.
What?
And it's everyone's talking about it. That's where we're at, people. That's where we're at.
That's where we're at. You can hear more about that article if you give us money.
Yep, we'll tell you about it later.
We're not gonna
and as
sugarcoat
always,
it.
I'll
Hold on.
sugarcoat it.
Oh, okay. Hold on, where's my bell? Ah!
I want some hot chocolate.